Today, we're going to talk about what is, without a doubt, the most incredible construction project on Earth. It starts with a blueprint smaller than a grain of sand, and in just 9 months, it builds a thinking, feeling human being. It's an absolutely extraordinary story. So let's trace this journey, all the way from a single cell to a first breath.
Everything we're about to see, the complex wiring of a brain, the steady beat of a heart, it all starts with just one, a single number, 1. That's the starting point for an entire universe of human potential.
That's right, one single fertilized cell. It's almost invisible, but somehow it holds the entire architectural plan for a person. Think of it like the ultimate zip file, containing every single instruction needed to build you. And from this one tiny point, the most amazing construction project ever begins.
So that brings us to Act 1, laying the blueprint for life. You see, in the first 3 months, it's all about building the foundation. And let me tell you, the speed of construction here is just mind-boggling.
That first cell doesn't just split into more cells. It gets organized. It forms 3 distinct layers, kind of like a super efficient construction crew where every team knows exactly what to do. You've got the inner layer, which gets to work on things like the lungs. Then there's the middle layer, building the whole structure, the heart, the skeleton. And finally, the outer layer creates the command center, the brain and all the wiring for the nervous system.
And what's truly incredible is how quickly a major milestone shows up. Right around month 2, a tiny, primitive heart, no bigger than a poppy seed, actually forms and starts to beat. It's one of the very first organs to get up and running, a tiny, determined pulse that's going to set the rhythm for a whole lifetime. Okay, so let's just recap this first explosive phase. Month 1 is all about getting the blueprint right and forming the neural tube that's basically the superhighway that becomes the brain and spinal cord. Then in month 2, that little heart starts beating, and you start to see tiny buds that will become arms and legs. By the time we hit the end of month 3, the main construction is done. All the major organs are there, and it's officially called a fetus.
Now get this. After all that work, creating organs, a heartbeat, a whole body structure, the fetus weighs just 1 ounce. That's about the same as a slice of bread. It really puts into perspective just how complex and intricate all this early work really is.
And now, we move into Act 2. The foundation is laid, so the focus shifts to massive growth and something really fascinating, an awakening. The fetus isn't just a construction site anymore. It's actually starting to react to its world, to sound, to light, and to movement.
Around this time, a mother might experience a totally new sensation. People often describe it as a gentle little flutter, or maybe like tiny bubbles popping inside. So, what's going on?
Well, that feeling is called quickening. And what's so amazing is that the fetus has actually been moving around for weeks already. It's just that now its muscles are finally strong enough for those little kicks and stretches to be felt. It's the first real physical conversation, a tiny hello from the inside.
This slide really shows you just how intense the second trimester growth spurt is. We go from just 1 ounce at the end of month 3, all the way to over a pound by month 6. That's a more than 20-fold increase in weight in just 90 days. It's absolutely wild.
And this is also when the senses really come online. Hearing develops, and the fetus can actually hear sounds from the outside world, like its mother's voice. The eyes can open now, and they can tell the difference between light and dark. And get this, unique, permanent fingerprints are already formed. The fetus is becoming its own little person.
All right, it's time for the final act. In these last 3 months, everything is about one goal: getting ready for life on the outside. This is the finishing stretch. It's all about maturation and putting those final touches in place.
Just look at how things ramp up on this chart. The fetus is going to more than triple its weight in these last 3 months alone. But this isn't just about getting bigger, it's about survival. This is when all that crucial body fat gets put down, which will basically act like a personal space heater after birth.
At the same exact time, the brain is going through a phenomenal growth spurt. Neurons are firing off and making connections at a rate of hundreds of thousands per minute. This is the critical wiring process that lays the groundwork for everything, from breathing and crying to one day learning and dreaming.
So as things start getting a little cramped in there, the baby typically makes one final, really important move. It turns itself into a head-down position. This is the best orientation for delivery. It's kind of like an astronaut getting into the perfect position for launch.
And by the end of 9 months, the final systems check is complete. The lungs, which are the very last major organ to finish developing, are now ready to make that massive switch from fluid to air. All those survival reflexes, like sucking for food and grasping for safety, are hardwired and ready to go. The countdown is over. We are ready for launch.
And that brings us to the end. 9 months, from a single cell you couldn't even see to a complex, breathing, sensing human being. It's a process that happens every single day, and yet it's nothing short of a miracle.
So it really leaves us with this one last thought. When you trace this perfectly timed, unbelievably complex journey from one cell to a thinking person, what does that truly reveal about the power and maybe the mystery of life's blueprint?